Hi class, happy Thursday. I would like to go over a few more matter cycle notes with you. There was some stuff we didn't really get to talk about in class. So I want to make sure that it's clear to you all. And today's the 9th, so let's go ahead and get started. So we'll call this matter cycles part 2. Okay. I think I'm going to focus really on the nitrogen cycle. So let's just talk about nitrogen cycle really for now. So I wanted to talk about, and I wanted to make sure you got down in your notebooks about how like 78% of the atmosphere, or of course the air, right, is nitrogen gas. Nitrogen gas has the chemical formula of N2. And if we were to look at nitrogen gas, we would see that it was one nitrogen triple bonded to another nitrogen. So nitrogen gas is 2 nitrogen atoms with a very strong triple bond. So the reason that like plants and living things, or like most living things, can't use the nitrogen in the air is because this triple bond is too hard for us to break. And so we can't use it for our own purposes when it's triple bonded to another nitrogen. So the strong bond prevents most living things from using N2 gas. Okay, and the exception, of course, is certain kinds of soil bacteria. Let me scooch my paper up a little bit. And these are called the nitrogen fixing bacteria. They can use N2 gas. And so if we were to look at kind of how nitrogen gets cycled, then we have our N2 gas in the atmosphere, right? And most of the nitrogen on the planet. Oh, you guys can't see that. Hang on. Let me scooch the papers here. There we go. All right, so most of the nitrogen on Earth is in this N2 form in the atmosphere, and it gets transformed into usable nitrogen. And if we want to get specific about what that would look like, we could write like chemical formulas down and stuff, but I'm just going to leave it as in usable nitrogen, right? So we know that there are a couple ways that can happen, right, where we can get nitrogen fixing bacteria can transform the N2 gas into usable nitrogen, and also lightning, right? Like lightning as in thunder and lightning, thunderstorm kind of thing, right? It has enough energy to break apart this triple bond. And so then the usable nitrogen can come down in the rain to the soil. So we get this nitrogen fixing bacteria or lightning, and we end up with usable nitrogen in the soil. Okay. And that usable nitrogen can take a couple of different paths. It can get sent back to the atmosphere by denitrifying bacteria. Which are also in the soil. Or it can go into living things besides bacteria. So it can go into a plant or a producer. Right, and remember, producers can be plants, could be algae, could be phytoplankton. If we're in an ocean ecosystem, then it could be phytoplankton. Oh, you guys can't see that. Let me scooch that so you can see it. Difficult with my little camera here. Okay. And in order to go into a producer, then it's going to be, this is uptake of the nitrogen, or sometimes it's called assimilation, when the nitrogen gets pulled into a producer. Then, of course, it goes to consumers. Consumers eat the producers. And then those consumers die or poop. So die, poop, or pee. And the nitrogen goes back into the soil, and then it can get released back into the atmosphere by denitrifying bacteria. So I just wanted you to have like all these sort of specifics of the nitrogen cycle in your notebook before we do our test. And we are having a test on Monday. You guys are having a test on Monday. I hope I'll be there with you for the test, but we'll see what happens. All right. Thank you.